Alright, so as you guys know, patch 2.3 just dropped for Genshin Impact, meaning that we have the Eula rerun banner, as well as albedo. And with all of that in mind, oh my god, Twitter is the worst place on earth. Holy smokes. Because you know the moment that Eula comes back into the plot, or just even has the audacity to exist, people are gonna get upset. And hear me out, before we jump into the craziness, I'm gonna let you guys know I'm leaving this on the screen the whole entire video because whoever made this post, bless your soul, you did the Lord's work. You did the Lord's so we appreciate that around these parts. Anywho, let's start talking about what the heck is going on. So my special precious beans, one thing I gotta let y'all know about is the Eula drama. So if you guys don't know, Genshin Impact is a character named Eula. She is a cryo claymore user, and her family previously owned slaves. Her personally, no, she didn't. She kind of separated from her whole clan of craziness and tried to go out on her own. And she tries to still keep her air of like aristocracy to her, but at the same time, she pretty much denounced her family and is acting independently now because of the way that they treated her, but also their wrongdoings in the past. Because her family was really corrupt. And it's like the people who talk trash about Eula don't realize these things. It's so bizarre. It's like, they're like, okay, hear me and hear me now. If your family has owned slaves in previous generations, it's on you. And I'm like, motherfuckers, you gotta take that finger you're pointing and point it back at yourself. Because let's be real, every single culture in the world has had slaves at some point. That is the way that the world worked. And yes, like when it comes to North America, slavery is one of the largest like topics when it comes to racism because of the slave trade and especially the triangle that we had with Europe. Like that makes sense. But it happened everywhere. So it's like blaming this one character for that would be like turning around and blaming every person who walked by on the streets that at some point had family members in contact with like slave owning. Like it's just a bizarre take to have. And I'm telling y'all right now, right, is that in lineage, right, in time, right, especially through colonialism, someone who was educated about slavery, someone who's educated about even modern day slavery, and then even the oppression of learned racism, of built racism, and then things that are systemically racist. I am telling you here and now that this is not the pedestal you should be dying for. This is not the one where you need to make your point made. No, this is not it. Go jump on your soapbox for shit that matters, because this Eula bullshit does not matter, and you are not helping anyone who's had family members involved in slavery. You're not making a great point or grand gesture here. You're just being a dickhead, because the whole point of it was that she denounces her family and is trying to be her own person. And she's like, yeah, the Lawrence clan is this is what they did and they're awful, but I'm my own person and I will seek vengeance and I still hold true to like my aristocratic ways. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that I follow their ideals and beliefs. Like, bro, like, imagine. Let's just take a moment, right? Let's take a moment. Let's say that your parents are serial killers, right? Okay, cool. So that's pretty shit. But why the hell would you be judged for your parents doing that? Like, it's just gonna look bad on you, sure, image-wise. But their actions should not reflect on you. I'm just saying. Like, and yeah, it's terrible. I understand video game characters meaning a lot to people, and it's important for us to hold accountability when there's insensitive video game characters, and I understand that. But this? Like, if she was like, oh, like if they wrote her in a way, this is the only way I could see this like being more justified, is like, she is still a strong member of her household. She's proud of her heritage and proud that her family did what they did over time. Like, that's a whole different vibe. That's a whole different issue there. But she's not. To the point where even the clan members, like her family members who are still around, are like, oh, we don't mess with her. Get her out of here. Because that's how dissociated they are with each other. Like, what? Anyways, my mini rant of racism part 3, I guess. Like, Jesus, I had to do the Carol video the other day. Now I'm doing this for Eula. what the hell is going on, people? This is weird. This is a weird thing for me to have to do here. But I keep having to do it, so whatever. Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for sending me links to these Twitter stuff and things so that I can be more educated about what's going on in the community, because holy smokes, people are acting the fool again. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Make sure to love yourself, love the people around you, and always drink water. And subscribe to the channel for more Genshin Impact content, as well as Honkai Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and a bunch of other gacha games. Later, my dudes!